Welcome to the Prophix Coffee Talk series focused on non-for-profit. My name is Nicole Deisman and I'm a product marketing manager at Prophix. And today I'm co-presenting with my colleague Mark Bahar, Prophix's customer stories manager. Over the next 10 minutes, we certainly hope that you enjoy the Prophix Coffee Talk. Prophix's corporate performance management provides not-for-profit organizations with the right balance between simplicity and depth of functionality, delivering a CPM solution that is easy, powerful, and enables collaboration. Prophix has flexible and robust functionality in a comprehensive unified solution to meet the needs of your organization now and into the future. With the ability to configure Prophix to your unique business model, needs, and requirements, Prophix creates a model for success for everyone, and you instantly address the reasons that may be hindering progression. Nonprofits servicing multiple areas rely on Prophix to bring consistency to and accurately measure their organization's success. Facing fluctuating cash flows, variable donor grant support, and increasing labor costs, not-for-profits are continually under pressure to relentlessly quantify the bottom line and ensure expenses are matching revenues. Given the uncertainty and unknown factors that influence the marketplace, non-for-profits require solutions that will allow them to maximize operations and continually measure revenues against expenses throughout the process. Customers' needs unique to this industry include manage fluctuating cash flows, accurately monitoring sources and uses of funds, creating detailed revenue forecasts, or possibly gaining efficiencies through different KPI, key performance indicator analysis. At this point, I will now hand it over to Mark Bahar, Prophix's Customer Stories Manager, where he will take you through a customer success story in the not-for-profit industry.
Thank you, Nicole. Folks, you might be curious why Prophix has a dedicated role for a Customer Stories Manager. By looking at how companies use CPM software to help run their businesses, we speak to the intelligence and the creativity of these finance innovators, and we let people know about the possibilities of what the software can help them to achieve. Our stories focus on how they run their businesses with CPM software as a valuable tool in these efforts. Our customers do interesting things, and they all have one thing in common when it comes to running their businesses. They use Prophix's software to 1. Automate their financial processes, 2. Make sense of the tidal wave of their data, and 3. Make better business decisions based on their analysis of that data. So let's take a closer look at some amazing customer stories in the not-for-profit space. Feeding America is a nationwide network of 200 food banks that leads the fight against hunger in the United States. Their head office is located in Chicago. They've been Prophix customers since the end of 2009, and we're really proud to work with a customer like this. Prophix has a really strong presence in the not-for-profit space, as you saw, serving a wide range of charities, member organizations, and more, with small names making a big difference, and also household names like Special Olympics. Feeding America is one of my favorites because we collaborate closely with them on the marketing side, and they've achieved some really great success using our software. Their story prior to adopting Prophix is fairly typical. The finance team at Feeding America sought CPM software to replace their existing reliance on Excel. They felt that streamlining their budgeting, forecasting, reporting, and planning processes with a single software system could have a major impact on the way that the organization conducted its business. They recognize that using spreadsheets for all of these processes won't allow you to pull all of your information together. You can only stay high level, you lose a lot of detail, and you sacrifice accuracy. And while finance struggles with manual work, the end users, that being the budget owners across the company, struggle to make their inputs because they aren't finance experts and Excel's not purpose-built for budgeting. Everyone here is probably used to the frustration of the imbalance you see on screen. It's the reality for most finance companies everywhere. Specially trained finance experts are stuck conducting manual work, which prevents them from analyzing data and submitting recommendations to the company's leadership, which is the department's real purpose. Much of that relates to the time lost to manual work. Some of it also comes from lacking a master tool, a system of record that's built for number crunching all of the information that flows through the ERP. Companies using CPM software would typically use 5 years of actuals to forecast future performance. It's obviously not that simple in the not-for-profit space, where circumstances fluctuate based on the changing sources and uses of funds. With these fluctuations in mind, Feeding America recognized something really important. It's critical for not-for-profits to be able to run what-if analysis. This allows not-for-profits to evaluate a wide range of potential scenarios and see the cascading impacts of what might happen. Beyond what you see here, I'll talk about the types of scenarios that they analyze over the coming minutes. 95% of Feeding America's revenue comes from charitable donations from corporations, individuals, and foundations. They've used Prophix to automate their financial reporting, their budgeting, and their forecasting. In one year, though, Feeding America had a large surplus. If this happened again, donors could misperceive it as Feeding America mismanaging their investments, and they might donate less or not at all. Feeding America uses Prophix to identify where donor dollars go. They can even show donors how their donations led to a specific number of meals served or pounds of food delivered. That's really important for a not-for-profit, as you might imagine. They can pull data at any time so that they can show donors where and how they spend their money. That means that the donors will feel comfortable giving Feeding America money because they see how Feeding America uses it efficiently and responsibly. It's not just about tracking, though. Using Prophix's software helps Feeding America operate more efficiently so that they don't stray away from the donor's intent, spending on the right programs and tracking how they've done that, or reallocating funds in the most impactful ways. Overall, Feeding America uses the software from Prophix to track their performance and to better manage their resources. They look at financial trends, year-over-year comparisons, year-to-date actual versus plan, and so forth. They also generate metrics like average expense per head count and average revenue generated per head count. They run what-if analysis as well. They ask questions like, how much do we have to invest to get the results we want? Or, which channels, for example retail, manufacturing, produce, have the best opportunity to secure inventory that we can distribute to the food banks? How do we obtain the highest ROI for our fundraising? Based on how we're trending this quarter, how likely are we to reach our fundraising targets? Where can we best invest our funds? You'll find when you hear stories about CPM software that project planning is a great place to hear about companies moving beyond spreadsheets to make a measurable difference. I mention that because Feeding America has two big projects currently running in Prophix. One involves Springwire, a company that provides cell phones and other technology to underprivileged people. Springwire reached out to Feeding America to see if they could acquire their business. The only way that would make sense is if Feeding America could effectively manage Springwire's inventory. So they're currently using Prophix to evaluate the viability of running Springwire's business across an 18-month R&D program. The other one is Feeding America's produce pilot. Feeding America offers fruits and vegetables in different ways than they usually would at 5 select food banks around America. Their stock levels are an all-time high, and they want to understand why produce doesn't move at regular locations. Do they have problems with distribution or lack of interest? Evaluating their data will help them to understand how to feed people even healthier food at all of their food banks. That's really helped by CPM software's ability to number crunch all of the information that they have. With Prophix overall, Feeding America gets real visibility into all areas of their organization. Finance understands how they can help to drive the business's long-term growth and meet its mission. At Feeding America, it means their analysis can actually, at the end of the day, help to feed more people.
Thank you, Mark. Very insightful information. Always great to hear how companies in the not-for-profit industry are benefiting from using Prophix. This does now conclude the Prophix Coffee Talk. Thank you all very much for your time today. And to learn more about Prophix's software and who uses Prophix, please visit the Who Uses Prophix webpage at prophix.com. And to learn more about the product's full suite of capabilities, you can register for one of our live, in-depth webinars. Thanks for your time today.